Hey, what's up, guys? It's Christopher Roush, your No Excuses coach, here with a special announcement to say, hey, listen, guess who's going to be in Chicago, April 28th, 2022 at the Stan Mansion. Christopher Roush, your No Excuses coach, is going to be there, and I'm excited because this is all about the teens. This is all about taking professional speakers with amazing stories and coming live and pouring into the teens and creating an amazing life-changing event that helps them walk away with a lot of tools to arm themselves to have a kick-ass, awesome life. So I'm excited to be there at the Stan Mansion. It is the Power of We Symposium. There it is on the screen, www.thepowerofwesymposium.com. Check it out. Myself, Lauren Michaels Harris is going to be there. Dom Passette's going to be there. Jason Cisneros is going to be there. So many other impactful speakers are going to be there sharing their hearts and their wisdom to make this world a better place through those kids. So check us out April 28th. Go to Chicago. Be there. Join me there. I'd love to buy you a drink and just have a great conversation. No excuses. We'll see you there. Power of We, April 28th. Cheers.
The Power of We was a way of inclusion, a way of inviting anyone who needed or wanted a place to belong.
It was just very clear to me that this was something that would really benefit the young folks right here.
And to be able to give them a different perspective, that I know where they come from, I know what they're experiencing because I was there too. And letting them know that there's different actions that they can take that'll lead to a different destiny.
We really needed to hear that. In order to change our community, we needed to hear that.
And they are inspired to invest in making it happen. That's powerful.
All right. Good morning to you and you and you and you and you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments, and I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and I see a weird lady. Y'all go back in the green room. Somebody that came in off the street back there. Where in the world? Oh, my bad, Dr. Jan. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you. She back there making, anyway, y'all will see soon enough. Y'all know who's here. Dr. Jan is in the house. We'll get to that in just a second. But I want to know how you're doing today. How's everything going in your neck of the woods? Drop it in the comments. It is freezing here in Chicagoland and going to get colder. They say that this Saturday we're going to have a polar vortex thing. That's just going to be crazy. And then Sunday, it's supposed to go like we're down like 18, 17 degrees on Saturday, then 50 some degrees on Sunday. What in the world is going on, right? So anyway, that's the deal here. Power of We Symposium. Listen, a lot of exciting announcements coming next week. As far as some of the surprise guests who have confirmed, had another one lock it down last night. I'll tell you this, coming from Atlanta, we're going to have a bunch of people coming in. I'll say, well, nope, I'm going to wait. Man, I want to tell you, but I can't. We got to wait till next week. So anyway, some exciting things. Sherry McQueen, if you're here, could you drop in the Eventbrite link, please, so that folks can head over and get their tickets for the Power of We. Also, there's the Power of We official t-shirt. There's the front of it. Yes, thank you, Triple Nickel. They've started selling. They texted me yesterday and said that the t-shirts have started moving. So there you go. There's the back of it, the Power of We Symposium. Again, the front. That's our official t-shirt. We're so excited to partner with the Triple Nickel crew this year for that. And why is it so cold here? Well, you remember I told you those contractors are here for 30 days. Well, 27 more days. And this is what it kind of looks like. Yep. That's what it looks like every day. They lay all that out. And look at, that's our bedroom, right? Okay. Everything's covered. Look at this. That was our bathroom. And they have ripped everything out. And they're going to knock that wall to the guy to the left. See that wall to the left? All that's coming out. All of that. So anyway, 30 days of upheaval. And you know, when something comes in and changes your routine, it can kind of get to you. Both of us, Brian and myself, were like, how'd you sleep? Plus, we hate sleeping in one of the guest rooms because, you know, those are those mattresses you put in there so people don't want to stay around too long, if you know what I mean. Well, we were going to stay a week, but we decided to go to a hotel. Aw, you sure? As we wink to each other. But it doesn't work when you get stuck sleeping on it. Oh, well, we'll make best. We'll make the best of it. Keep us in your prayers, everybody. So I want to know how you feel about your age right now. Right now, how do you feel? Do you feel like, oh my goodness, Lord Jesus, I'm getting old. Oh. I love my age. I love that I'll be 60 years old this year. I didn't think for many decades that I would get to this age. Seriously, I never planned for it. I didn't talk about what I was going to be doing or not doing. I just didn't. And so it's a real blessing to me. Like Danny Torres always says, every day above ground is a good day. Can I have an amen? Yes. So today, you guys might remember Dr. Jan. She's been here several times, and she also has a show on the E360 television network entitled Relationship Matters. And she's a best-selling author, was a speaker, was a teacher, an educator for years. I believe she educated kids from kindergarten all the way through high school. And she's been a part of the Power of We Symposium since we began. And she will be again this year. And so I just wanted to show you she's the voice of the welcome wagon for the Power of We Symposium. And so I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you right here before we get her in. So take a look.
And welcome to the Power of We Symposium. I am encouraged and grateful that you're here today because you could have been anywhere else. You could have been absent today, but you are right here.
Yay. Okay. Oh, wait, there she is in there too. All right, because I'll sit there and watch the whole thing. So anyway, you guys, she's been here before, so, you know, put her through her paces. And plus, she's a show host, so there's no reason for her to be scared. So get your questions ready. We're going to have a good time today. Here she comes, Dr. Janice Hooker Fortman. That's all I'm gonna say. I saw you in the back trying to make faces and stuff.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Never.
Wait a minute.
Good morning, Lauren Michaels Harris, and your audience. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I don't know if you can see what this says, but it says here, not a morning person.
Oh. I am.
But just because it's you,
That you got up.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do, because I'm gonna tell you something. Some days you just, you have so much going on, and you're like, and I hate just like putting what's gonna be the topic or who's coming on the show last. I feel bad when I do that. So I was glad when I was like, okay. Plus, you have so much going on. I thought it'd be a perfect time. And we want people over the next few weeks that have been to the Power We to come on and kind of talk about their experiences with it. But before we get into that, why don't you say good morning to everybody? Tell them where you are in the world and give them just a little backstory about, growing up as little Janice in Walnut Grove, and how you used to play every day with Laura Ingalls Wilder and Nellie Olson. Go ahead.
One thing I said to you before I came on.
I'm sorry. I don't have any other friends that are 80 years old that I can do that with, but it is fun. Go ahead. Is it true you used to like ride the bus with Miss Jane Pittman?
You just wait till we get off.
Oh, okay. I'm stopping.
Because I'm going to be my professional, wonderful self. I'm going to do that today, this morning, up until you're off. Then I'm going to tell you what I really think about you. But anyway, good morning to everyone who's out there. Yes, I am Dr. Janice Hooker Fortman, and I'm here in Chicago. Well, right outside of Chicago, in a suburb called Calumet City, Illinois. And I'm here today just to talk about me.
And she's serious too. Y'all have no idea. So where did you grow? Did you grow up in Chicago?
Well, yeah. Actually, I was born in Dallas, Texas, but I was raised in Altgeld Gardens, Illinois, which is right out. Well, I guess you could say it's still inside Chicago, but it's a housing project. Okay. Now they call it low income.
Yeah.
But now it's low and mid income. But at the time, it was a project.
So you actually, I didn't know this. That you actually, your start in life was pretty similar to a lot of the kids that we service at the Power We.
Most definitely. A small high school. And what did I tell the kids at the Power We? Started from the bottom, now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I was just letting them know that you don't have to be an A student to succeed. In a class of 59, I think I was number 57.
Wow. And now you've gone on and gotten, I think you started
a doctorate degree, in educational leadership. And, I worked as an educator for about 30 years. And I'm an author of 2 books, a collaborator on 1 book. I just wanted them to know that you can succeed in life. You just have to. What I wrote in a newspaper at one of my schools that I was in, that I serviced, was that whatever you perceive, you can achieve. So if you want it, if you really want it, you can get it.
We'll talk about when it was time to make a decision. When you're number 57 out of 59, not everybody's expecting you to really go and do much. Well, good luck. I heard they hiring down at the the nursing home, in case you're looking for something, And so what was the first thing you did? Did you go to a community college? Did you go straight to a 4-year? Were you nervous or intimidated? I mean, did you think you might be biting off too much?
Well, my mama said, "You're going to college." Period.
So Period. What was it? So it wasn't your idea?
No, I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a background singer for Jerry Butler. But she did, well.
Yeah, okay.
Because he came to our high school when I was a senior, and I was in this singing group called the Sweet Tones. And he thought we were so good, he wanted to recruit us as background singers. So that's what I wanted to do. But my mother said, absolutely not.
Were you mad at her?
Yeah.
I know.
You're keeping me from going to Hollywood?
Right.
You're keeping me from being a star? She said, no, you are going to college. Now, it was daunting in that it was the first time I was in an educational setting that was diverse, because where I grew up, it was all Black.
Yeah.
And so there I was. At that time, they called it Chicago Teachers College. Now it's Chicago State University.
Okay.
And but let me say this: I had a professor, a speech professor, that told me, you need to go into the service industry.
What does that mean?
Meaning you don't need to try to be a teacher. You need to be like work in a factory, be a maid. That was during that time. And I went home and told my mother. And she said, don't listen to him. If you can do whatever it is you have set out to do, because I decided then that I did want to be a teacher. So, I became a teacher.
Wow.
But, yeah. So when it comes to people discouraging you or not supporting you, if you have a dream, if it's something that you really wanted to pursue, do it. Mm-hmm.
So what was it that kept you, because I have sisters in my adopted family that we always teased over the years that they were professional students, because they were always, no matter how many degrees they had, they just kept getting them. So what was it that made you continually keep reaching higher? Was it for more pay? Was it you saw a position that you said, in order to get there, I need to have this? Or did you just find that you loved learning?
I love learning. Bottom line.
That's
I
what
love
Brian
learning.
says.
Because, teachers don't really make that much money.
Right. And that's another thing.
You can't do anything if you haven't had a teacher. But no, I love learning. I still love learning. It's so much out there to learn. Even at my age, I'm still learning.
Yeah. Speaking of, which is true. And we talk about this because it's a big deal. A lot of people start shutting down, like even as early as 50, they think, oh boy, I'm over the halfway point. And it really does change. If you allow it, even if you don't give it permission, things just start changing, because you got all these things you got to go to the doctor for just to make sure. A lot of stuff becomes preemptive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stay ahead of it, but it's still a scary thing every time you have to go for something. So talk about that. How I want to know this. Okay, here we go. Okay, because we were talking about this a few weeks back, somebody on here. And you know how even as a kid, when I get the newspaper, I head straight to the back to the obituaries. I don't know why, just to look and see how old people were. You know what I mean? Because I want to know, a lot of people admit that they do that. So when we start getting older, I know, like now, I think about classmates and things that have passed on, and you hear that, oh, she was young, or that was young. And I just wonder how, as you get older, do you not let that feel like you're being stalked? I don't want to be thinking about how, but you know what I'm saying, Dr. Jan?
Mm-hmm.
How, every time you see someone pass that's younger or in that age group, what do you do to get beyond that? Because it is a mindset. It really is. And so I'm just curious how you do that, because we all deal with it after we get past a certain age. We all do.
When it is all about your mindset. And I have never thought of my age as something to deter me. And when and I do have, oh, thank you, Lori. And I have had a lot of friends that have passed, and younger, and older. Mm-hmm. And actually, tell you tell you the truth, Lauren, I really don't let it bother me. Not really.
Yeah.
You know, because it's life. I don't take any credit for not looking my age, or even thinking my age, so to speak, because it's really hereditary on both sides of my family. My mom lived until she was 98.
Wow.
Still wore her heels, you know, and just in her last year, last couple of years, when she started showing the signs of dementia, you know, and then later on Alzheimer's. But first of all, you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to eat right. You have, and I tell people, you have to keep moving, even if your knees hurt. You know, I'm not going to say that I can jump up and down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just keep moving. I work out 3 days a week. Get up at 5 a.m., work out with my friend Maxine. We have a trainer, and we work out for an hour and a half. And we were joking the other day because we were talking about getting down on the floor.
Oh.
You know, to work out and then getting up.
Getting up, yes.
And my trainer said it's taking you longer to get down there and to get up. And he started laughing because I was circling the mat like, okay, how am I going to get up? But you know what? You have, and then it's your frame of mind. You cannot just sit there and just think, oh, you know, I'm getting old and now I can't do this. Yes, you can. I mean, as long as you can take care of yourself and you don't have health issues that you had no control over.
Yeah. Now, and this is, y'all have heard me mention this before when you've seen Dr. Jan, how when we started first working together, and this is a real big deal, and you overcame it. So I think that's something really valuable for people to know, including myself, seriously. Because I can laugh through it and giggle through it, but sometimes, you know, when certain things hit, you really start quaking inside a little bit, like, you know, because any little thing, you're like, it's just like, where did that come from? Like, Wednesday was Wednesday, now Thursday comes, and you may have something that is there with you for the rest of your journey. So what was it that when we first met, why do you think it was that you had an issue with divulging your age then? And then you got past that and it changed. So how is it different for you now, just throwing it out there and not like holding back? Why do you think you did that then as opposed to not doing it now? What's the difference in your mind set?
Well, because people have this preconceived notion about, you know, being older. And I just wouldn't divulge my age because then people would look at me differently, think about me differently. Oh, you still doing this? Oh, well, you need to go somewhere and sit down. You need to, you know, and then you and I started talking. And when I divulged it to you, and you were saying, no, you need to celebrate it out, you know, outward.
Yeah.
You need to let people know. And it was something that I didn't do only because of how I thought people would perceive me.
Yeah, she's doing too much.
Oh, I get that all the time.
You know, she needs to sit her behind down.
I get that all the time. Girl, when you gonna sit down? What? And I look at why.
Why?
You know, as long as I can, I am going to keep moving, keep learning, keep pursuing my dreams, my goals, my passions, until, you know, the good Lord says, okay, Janice, sit down.
Sit down. Right. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. You know, when I was younger, and I still don't, I think maybe because I used to be in charge of going to the nursing home every evening and taking the homemade food from our table to my grandma because she would not eat their food. And I'd have to actually like feed her. And I hated going to that nursing home because of the way it smelled. And there were people, you know, sitting around, and you knew there were people. She had a roommate that never got visitors. You felt bad for the whole situation. And I think even then I started saying to myself, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. But one of the things I don't want to do is end up here. And, so it made me think about, all the things you've mentioned so far about keeping moving and that sort of thing. So talk about this if you could. So ageism, because that's what you were hinting towards, I think, when you said the way people. So what kind of things do you see in your world that you feel like, now that's not very fair, or that? So as far as ageism, when you see that, or what does it mean to you? Where is it a reality for you where you see and go, yep, that's ageism?
Okay. I see it. Well, I do a lot of networking, and I see it with people who will say, well, they first of all, they think that we're too old to learn technology. Okay. And I'm seeing it where people who are around my age, or maybe a little bit younger, who go somewhere and want to consult with a company, and they put their age, and well, no, I don't think you can do that. We're looking for longevity.
Yeah.
And
he did before we finished training you. That's what. Yeah.
Right. You actually, Lauren, you just see it all around. You, even for me, I can, if I'm somewhere and people are treating me a certain way, and even though I don't look my age, and I say, well, yeah, I'm 80. Oh, well, why don't you come over here and sit down? What?
Right.
Do you feel you can stand here that long, or we need to bring you a chair? No, you do not. Right. And so it's that perception that and you see it in all kinds of places. It's that perception of that when you get to be a certain age.
And I don't know why people do that. It seems like it's just unfair that they do that stuff to people like, you all.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you don't really want to.
Like that.
Yeah, you don't really want to do this. So you don't really want to go there because they're mostly.
But like that even. I've seen people start talking loudly. Right, like I was just doing. Welcome. Hope you like green Jello. Right. So, okay. So let me ask you. So what is the thing you love the most about your lifestyle right now? What is the thing that you wake up for and you go, boy, man, if I hadn't been living this, I'd have never believed it. It's so good. What is it? You know how we always say, oh, if I only knew then what I know now.
Please.
What could you say to people, 70, 60, 50 and younger, that, boy, I wish I knew then what I know now? If you could fill in that blank, what would be one thing you'd say?
I wish that I had the wisdom then that I have now.
Right.
Actually.
Right.
And it amazes me. I thought that people, when they look at you and they find out your age, that they kind of write you off. But it amazes me when I get calls from, friends or people I've met along the way, and they call me and ask me my advice. And they say, well, you have so much wisdom. I go, what?
I know.
You know what?
I know. I say that same thing when they say that about you. Hey, you put it out there, I'm gonna snatch it. I'm just kidding. Listen, I want to, it's the bottom of the hour. Let's run to a quick commercial. But when we come back, we want to talk about, we're going to look at a little bit of a clip about the aging process. And then we're going to use that to go into you talking about how you keep taking nibbles or bites, if you will, from the apple of inexperience, things that challenging yourself to do things you've never done. For instance, that crown that's on the shelf right behind you, that one right there. Yeah. And then also we're going to talk about you're currently a cover girl. So on the cover of a national magazine, and we want to talk about that and more. So you guys get your questions together, get your comments together. We're going to get more from Dr. Jan when we return. Don't go away.
April 20th, Chicago, Stand Fashion, Power Week. I'll be there and xoxo you. Yeah, that's it, baby. Hey guys, my name is Wally Green from New York City. We have an amazing event at the Stan Mansion in Chicago. It is called The Power of We, run by my man, my boy, Mr. Lauren Harris. You guys better be there, because I will too, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace!
Okay, welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. Today's the 10th day of March, and it's the 10th day in March that I've had one of these. Delicious. V8, all vegetable juice from concentrate, 100%. You better believe it. 60 calories in every can this size, and 2 full servings, count them, 1, 2, of vegetables. I had to make some choices, some changes. So I could be like Dr. Jan when I grow up, taking care of myself. And one of my decisions was to trade in the things that were not serving me, those drinks like Monster drinks, Diet Coke, go on and on and on. You get the picture. And I just take one of these and put it inside of my body every day, once a day, to do better. Find an E and an R. Pick up a can of this today. You'll find it down the juice aisle of your local grocer. So good, it's running out the corner of my mouth. Look at that. Used to be gravy running out of my mouth. Now it's V8. See? It's getting better already. Get yours today. Dr. Jan, come on back. Oh, that thing did not look that big sitting back there. Okay. Well, congratulations. Tell us about this. What's this all about? What are you doing with that crown on?
I'm trying to fix it here. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, please. You know what? Come on. What is that from medieval times when you went to eat?
Some Halloween costume. I just keep it down here with my toys.
Can I have my crown, please, by myself?
I suppose.
Thank you.
Gosh. Everybody, I know you guys are wondering what that was just now. I'll tell you. Hold on. So, seriously, what's going on? Why would an 80-year-old woman
trying to fix this thing
get herself involved in a contest. What is this?
I'm going to take it off because,
you don't want it to fall, huh? That thing is huge. Tell us what you're doing with that. What's that all about and why?
I am Miss Senior Calumet City, America. And thank you. And I will be competing in the Ms. Senior Illinois contest.
Congratulations.
And then when I win it, I will go on to be Miss Senior America.
And so when you saw the opportunity, how long did it take you to decide, yep, that's for me?
Actually, it took me maybe almost a month.
Almost a month?
Yeah, because I thought, I don't know if I really want to do that. And I didn't know, what was all involved. But then when I talked to a woman, Dr. Polk, who's over it, she said that, oh, yes, you really should be a contestant. And I had to come up, with a platform, with a talent. And she told me it's just like
talent. Oh man, I really thought you had shot this, but then I'm just kidding. Well, we already know you can sing.
I can. Yes, I can. I'm not one of those big bosom gospel singers. I should have said it.
Okay. We're not used to an 80-year-old woman talking about bosoms, but since you brought it in, okay, let's talk about bosoms. So, is there a special bra you have to buy after you turn? Look, I imagine it's one you put it on and you got to crank it up.
I cannot stand you.
Okay. Hey, but guys can't talk. Because just like, they need to make bras for your testicles.
And I finished with what I was saying.
I'm just saying, because everything be dropped.
You must learn to respect it.
See, she always pulls that card when it's convenient. So, okay. So, this is how we do it, y'all. So, see, even at 80, you can tell any kind of joke to Dr. Jan. That's what I love, too. So, and I'm going to be...
You all just don't know some of the things that he says to me.
But you know what, Dr. Jan, though? It encourages me. I tell Brian that all the time. That's one of the things I love the most about you, because you help take a lot of the fear of aging away from me, because people don't realize it, but I always think that every day that I have alive, I'm on borrowed. I used to really believe this, that I was on borrowed time, because I felt I had squandered so many years of my life, out there running the streets and not doing anything to be of service to people, feeling like I was just invested in killing myself and not healing myself. And so after I met you, I started wanting to become an older person. It really started to matter for me, because I was feeling like, oh, well, I'll just do whatever until it's over with. Even after finding Brian, I felt that way.
Lauren, excuse me, that's the thing. I used to do that, look back at all of the years that I've wasted. I'm not going to say running the streets, but I mean, just being out there and having a good time and not really focusing, on the future, so to speak. But I'm going to say, like my husband says, it's in the past. I mean, you can't do anything about it. You're here right now. So come out of that and go forward. Go forward. I mean, go forward. You and I have talked about Betty White. She was planning her birthday. You know what I mean? 101st birthday. She was still going. It's never too late. If you have a dream, if you have a passion, if you have a purpose, everybody has a purpose.
Right.
And I mean, pursue it. What do you have to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't listen to, well, do you really want to do that? Well, you're getting older. No.
And you're blessed, because your son, Kevin, supports you in everything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that benefit. Their kids are always trying to get them they want them to sit down and wither away. You know why?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The only thing he said to me one day, we were at church, and he said, "That skirt kind of short."
Speaking of, yeah, do you ever get those looks like when you go shopping for clothes? Do people in the stores look at you like, "Who you buying that for?"
Especially when I'm over. Hey, especially when I'm over in the junior section, because that's where all the cute clothes are.
Okay.
You know, and a woman who was around my age said to me one time about her kids telling her she dressed too young. And she asked me, "Do you think I dress too young?" I said, "No, you dress fashionable. You don't have to go to the old lady side,
Yeah,
and dress like that. No, I dress, I mean, there's certain things I know that are not appropriate.
yeah,
I'm not going to walk around with my belly out,
right.
even though it's cute belly.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not going to walk around with that.
Okay, since you
but I'm going to dress appropriately, but I'm going to be fashionable. And if I see something that I think is going to look good on me, I am going to purchase it and wear it.
Okay, speaking
and
of,
that comes from my mom, because she was always extremely fashionable. Extremely.
So what about like lingerie?
What about
what's that? Well, seriously, they never show older women in lingerie commercials and stuff, and I don't understand that. Why?
That's that body shaming, that body image. When you look at advertisements, what do you see? You see young girls when they talk about moisturizing and that. I mean, come on, she looks like she's 16. I don't know why. And I think that's something I'm going to do. I had said that I was going to send out something to all these different cosmetic companies.
Yeah.
And with my picture, and say that you need to have older people, in your advertisements. Everybody is not 16, 20, 30, 40. We are here and we like nice lingerie, we are the ones who are using your cosmetics, so.
Okay. Yeah. So here's something. I got to clear my throat.
Oh Lord, I see.
Well, we're talking about lingerie. So you own some?
Of course.
Okay, so because when people picture people your age in lingerie, they go, "Well, wait a minute. I know they still ain't doing it."
No,
listen, Brian and I saw a commercial yesterday with an older lady and an older man. There was first some erectile dysfunction thing, and she looked over and she went, "Want to do it?" And he was like, "Okay." And they just got up off the porch and went in the house. And we were cracking up, and then we looked at you and we were like, he goes, "Oh, I hope we can say that at that point," right? You don't want to do it, right? So, but why is it that's another thing? People don't expect older people, like they don't have sex. But talk to somebody that work at a nursing home. They'll tell you differently.
Yeah.
Right. I heard they be running around there like,
yeah.
So, but talk about that. That's an important part of just a fulfilling lifestyle. So does it make you feel uncomfortable when you hear people saying or alluding that sex is wrong after a certain age?
No, because I'm going to tell you this. When you get to be a certain age, you don't care what people think or what they say.
Right.
And you say what you want to say. And I used to tell my mother, "Oh, you can't say that." Why can't I? But now I'm like that. You can say what you want to say. You can look at me. I tell them, I might be 80. I'm not dead.
Look what Robert Rucker said. Robert Rucker said, some of those nursing homes are STD city.
That's true.
I know, that is true. I read an article on that too.
That's true. Just because you get to be a certain age, you don't stop having those. Which they do more
they do more than rubbing feet.
You are right.
Yeah, Jamie Lane agrees. Yes, older women's lingerie ads.
Yeah,
I think it's time. They did it with full figure and broke that ceiling. Why can't they do it? I would so get behind that movement. I totally would.
Well, you can help me with my campaign, Lord.
I will. And I tell you, you need to get badass Jamie Lane too, because she'll send her in. Trust me. They ain't gonna say no.
Okay.
saying hurry in first. They'll be like, come on in. So let's talk about this. You mentioned your mom a lot. Sounds like you guys had like a sisterhood almost, but was it always that way? And I'm asking that because I want people to know about your book, Secrets to How Not to Throw Mama from the Train, which might make a person think at first glance that there it is up on the shelf, that maybe you and your mother didn't always have that sisterhood that you speak of so frequently. Was it always that kind of a bond, or was it rough at one point in that chain?
It didn't get rough until we both got older and started bumping heads, and that's when, and with most adult daughters and their moms, that's when we start navigating those challenges in that relationship. And that is a relationship that is like a roller coaster, up, down, laughing, crying, screaming, yelling, but then loving. And it's, I would say it's a really misunderstood relationship. And there's so many aspects to it that it's difficult to go into. It's so many things that cause it. Is multi-generational things that might happen to your mom, and you don't understand why she's acting this way towards you. There are just so many different things. So I'm the only girl, and we were always close. But then it was because I always agreed with everything she said, did, whatever. But then as I got older, I'm asserting myself, and she's asserting herself. She still wants to be the mother,
Because when she passed, how old were you?
Well, she passed in 2017. Don't ask me about math.
Okay, so you were in your 70s.
Yeah.
So that's so mama's in her 90s, you're in your 70s, and she's still telling, what'd you say? Say it again and see what I'll come over there. And
thank you.
They still talk like,
yeah. You're talking too much now. I'm like, what?
So that never changes. You could be 90 and she could be 120, and she's still going, I'll come over there and whoop you.
Yeah, you have to learn as an adult daughter to understand who your mother is. Once you understand who she is and you know who she is, I mean really who she is, then a lot of things you begin to not take personal, and then a lot of things you accept. But I wrote that book because we were really having some challenges in our relationship, and I thought that I was alone by myself, until I started talking to other women. And I found out that through my research that I would say over 70% of women have issues in that mother-daughter relationship. And it's the causes it's just so many causes to this. So that's why I wrote the book, just to let women know that I give them tips and tools and techniques on how to navigate those challenges. But like I tell you, you cannot change your mother.
Right.
But and it change the way you respond to challenging situations.
Sure. And a lot of people, for instance, I'm assuming this is what's going on, Brandy. I don't know the details, but Brandy Johnson says, I feel like the adult, and I'm assuming her mother, she's the kid now, shaking my head.
Yeah, so, that happens, especially when my mother started going through dementia, and I didn't understand what was going on, until I found out what it was. And I was the mother, she was the daughter, and she resented it. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah, it's a lot to go into. But I am a mother-daughter relationship coach.
Talk about that.
I know you're going to put my contact information down. And if you don't, you better get it.
I hadn't planned on it.
Well, you better find it. Put it down.
Yes, we will. We will get that in there. But Jan, talk about some women, and I know because it's in my families, both of them, where there's sisters. I have sisters whose daughters, it's like all this stuff going on, and they just feel so helpless. Especially now, I have one sister who's starting that dementia thing, and she can only be alone so many hours a day. They're all in California. She lives 10 minutes from me. but they come in to help her and not even there half a day, and she done put them out. They're calling, can we come over, Uncle Lauren? She done put us out, right? And then they cry and say, I'm never coming back, and then they get home and they feel guilty, and then they're afraid we can't get her to pick up the phone. Can you go over and check all these things? So talk about when people come to you for the coaching, because I know there's some people out there now who would like to know a little bit about how that can help. When is the right time for a person to reach out for some coaching for the mother-daughter dynamic? When's a good time?
Well, I think the good time is before you really start having these issues. So, because the issues are going to come. I mean, there are some mothers and daughters who have wonderful, loving relationships. And even I have a friend whose mom had dementia, but her mom was the sweetest thing. Mm-hmm. She said she turned from being mean when she was younger, to being sweet as pie. But for the ones who are who feel, if your mom is one of these very independent women, and you and she start having, these little issues, that's the time to start talking about what's to come. Now, if she's already there, as far as dementia or Alzheimer's, I suggest you got to get support. And you have to realize that it's not your mother, it's the disease that's taking over her. Mm-hmm. And it does get difficult. It does get hard. Yes, you will be put out. You will be told, I hate you. You will be told all kinds of things. But you have to realize it's not her. And that's the hardest part, is to not take it personal.
And that's the thing. When they're calling us, because she has 6 daughters. 5 actually. One passed away. She has 5 daughters. But they rotate. Every 2 weeks, one will come. Every 2 weeks. And every single one of them, it's like they forget what happened with the one that was there a couple weeks ago when she called crying, or the last time they were the victim of it. And then they go home. I just feel really horrible for them. But this is a real need. So when people want to reach out to you, what's a good place to go to find out more about the coaching?
It should be in my lower third, in your lower third, running across the bottom of the screen.
I don't have it in yet.
Well,
you got to tell me, what is it?
It's Jan, Jan, the number 4, NOW 125 @gmail.com. That's Jan for now 125 @gmail.com.
Okay.
And 125 is because my birthday is December 5th.
Okay, so there you go. Jan for now 125 @gmail.com. If you'd like some more information, and you can just Google the book, Secrets to How Not to Throw Mama from
the Secret. The
Secret to How Not to Throw Mama from the Train. And that's Amazon, right? But what about at your website? Can't they get it there too?
It's drjanicespeaks.com. That's DRJANICE speaks.com. Is that a cat out here?
That's Lucy. Yeah, she's so upset that she can't go upstairs because the contractors have the front door wide open, and she's over here crying her little self. Lucy. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't go up there until 4:00. So, Dr. Jan, if you had one thing to say about your work with people, as far as that relationship with their mothers, why do you feel it's so important that they at least try to understand everything they can about it? What would you say would be the most paramount reason why you at least deserve to try for yourself and also for what's left behind? Because, after your mother passed away, how did you feel about the way it had worked itself out?
Okay, 2 things. First of all, the mother-daughter relationship affects every other relationship we have in our lives, personal and professional. You think about everything. Your friends you choose. If you choose a husband, if you have children, what kind of career you choose. It affects everything. Now, as far as when you start having challenges with your mom, when she passes, I've had clients who feel so guilty because, oh, I should have said this, I should have understood this. You know, right now, while she's alive, try to understand what is going on with your mom. It's not about you.
Not about you.
It's not about you. You think it's about you. It's not about you. It's about her. You only have, well, you had 22 mothers.
Yeah.
But even if you've never known your birth mother,
yeah,
it affects you. So do everything you can to learn about the mother-daughter relationship by getting in contact with me.
There you go. That's it. And Dr. Jan, when is the competition? Any way we can reach out and support you in that?
Well, it's April 28th. And actually,
wait, April?
I'm sorry. No, that's Power Week. No.
I was going to say, you ain't in that contest.
No, it's
burn it down.
April 30th. It's the last. I have Power Week on my mind. It's April 30th. And actually, I can let you know, Lauren, when you can come and support me. But actually, it's just like Miss America, judges. Everything but the bathing suit contest.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Right. You were ready for it, huh? Well, listen, I just really think the example you put out there for the rest of us is just really great. I give you a hard time.
Ladies, moisturize. Yep. Morning and evening, moisturize.
I know you got that right. Brian hooked me on that. Sure did. And so there it is. And, I just want to say this, you guys. I know it's tough. Some of us just said, nope, I don't want anything to do with that mother of mine or mother-in-law or whatever the case may be. But that's how you feel today. Listen to what Dr. Jan has to say. I know I've buried 2 mothers, and many of you have done the same. So if you want to give it a chance and you want to make sure that you've done your best, then get in touch with Dr. Jan, and at a minimum, reach out and get the book, okay? So, Dr. Jan, your show, tell them where they can catch your show, what day and time on the E360 network.
Relationship Matters TV on E360 TV, or you can go to Relationship Matters TV on Facebook. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. Pacific.
So, Jerry Springer moment here. We got about a minute left. As far as the aging process, what you know to be true, if you had one golden nugget that you would tell somebody who's just starting their journey, early 20s, 30s, or whatever, and the day is hopefully coming for all, where they reach that big 80 or higher, what would you say is something you never want to forget as you move down that path of aging? What is it you don't want to lose sight of?
It's not real deep. It's just no matter how old you are, keep pursuing, keep learning, keep enjoying your life. Enjoy. You are here. And if you're still here, you're here for a purpose.
That's right.
And so pursue that purpose, pursue that passion. And you forgot to talk about my husband, who is younger, ladies.
Yeah, she has a younger husband. and they can find that out when they call you for their discovery call. Now, listen, also, I just wanted to say, I now know what I'll get you for your next birthday or Christmas present. A gift card to Victoria's Secret.
Oh, that sounds...
I believe you'll use it.
Yeah. My husband buys me Victoria's Secrets.
Okay, see, there you go. Right. There you go. Dr. Jan, it's a pleasure. Thank you again for coming in. We look forward to all that you have in this year. And you guys, I want you guys to see this before we get out of here. It's true. Where is it? There she is. Again, Courageous Woman Magazine, current cover. There's Dr. Janice Fortman. 80, it's never too late to pursue your passion. There you go. Thank you so much for the example. As we get out of here, you guys, get out there and be the very best you can be today. And remember, every day above ground, like Danny Torres says, it's a great day. Age is nothing but a number. Choose how to embrace yours. We'll see you tomorrow for our next installment. Who's here? Oh, Lachelle Atkins. She got like 15 kids. She'll be here tomorrow. So don't miss that. You guys get out and be the best you can be. Be the blessing you'd like to receive. Love you. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul.